बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा.
Okay, the next thing we'll talk about the access control list. So this access control list comes under the security section. If you check the Cisco syllabus in general, we have a separate security part. We'll be seeing there. So first we'll see what is ACL first. ACL stands for Access Control List. It is a set of rules which will allow or deny the traffic which is moving the router. So basically in ACLs what we'll do is we define some kind of rules, and in that rules we are going to match the source address or the destination address or some parameters like this, and based on these parameters we can say, okay, if this particular source address matches, let's say I'm saying that if the traffic is coming from this host and if it is trying to access this server, I can simply say the rule is permit. And if the traffic is coming from this user and if it's trying to access this particular host, let's say, or the server, I can simply say deny. So basically in ACLs what we'll do is we are going to define some specific rules, and in that rules we are going to tell what traffic will be allowed or what traffic will be denied as it passes through the router. So we'll be applying the ACL on the router, of course, where we'll tell the router that hello, whatever the traffic which is moving, I'm going to tell to inspect that particular traffic, check that particular traffic, and check as per the rules. And in that rules we can specifically allow or deny the traffic. Just like if you remember in the previous sections, in the routing concepts, what we did is we enable the routing. We said that okay, 192.168.1.subnet can communicate with 192.168.2. network. We assign some IPs and we have configured the routing. Now once you enable the routing, now you may want the users of 1. network and 2. network, they are communicating, but let's say there is a web server here and I want to restrict this particular users from accessing this web server. I want to restrict that. I don't want to allow the traffic, because by default when you do the routing, automatically the communication starts between all the devices in this network as well as in this network, but you want some specific traffic should not be allowed. So what I can do, I can go to the router, either this or that router, and I can configure the ACLs. Now the ACLs are like some rules, and when the traffic is going, it is going to check those rules and it's going to say that okay, if this rule match and if it says permit, I'm going to permit, and if this rule match and if it does not, if it says deny, I'm going to simply drop the traffic. Now you can compare these ACL rules just like your security guard of any company. Like if you take a general example, let's say this is your company gate and you will define some kind of rules for that particular security guard who is standing on the gate. And for the people who are entering into this office premises, let's say, I'm going to say that if this person carries some kind of ID cards, basically if he's an employee, basically I'm going to say permit. And if there is any visitor, I'm going to say, okay, if the visitor is having any kind of appointment, basically I'm going to permit. So if he's a visitor without any appointment, basically deny, something like that. So by default, everyone is allowed if there is no security guard, if there is no security on the gate, because anyone can come and go. But what I'm doing is I'm going to apply some kind of ACL. Similar way here, the gate is nothing but your router. When the traffic is moving through the router, we are going to apply some kind of rules, and in that rules we are going to tell what traffic should be permitted and what traffic should not be permitted. Because when you enable the communication between different networks, you may want to restrict some specific traffic. Like here, one more example, you can see if the source address is coming with this address and if it is trying to access this particular server one, I'm going to say hello, that's a rule. And if the source address is this 10.1.1.2 and if it's trying to access this destination, that is the server, I'm going to say discard, basically drop the traffic. Okay, so basically ACLs are mainly used to specify what traffic should be allowed or denied. But again, probably in the advanced topics, you also see these ACL statements not only used to filter the traffic or to define the rules, what should be allowed or denied. Apart from that, we'll also see this in the NAT, in some quality of service configurations, and also filtering some routing updates also will be using ACL statements. But here in this section, our focus will be on how the ACLs can be used to allow or deny the specific traffic moving through the router. So let's see some examples here. We'll take some set of rules. Set of rules, as I said, here I'm writing 3 different rules. And each rule generally is referred as ACE, access control entries. That's what each line is referred as. And this group of ACEs are combinedly referred as access control list. So this group of ACEs are referred as ACLs. Okay, so many people call them as ACL statements or individual rules. Okay, so let's say this is my topology, and let's say my requirement is I want to deny the traffic which is coming from 1. network if it is going to 2.1 HTTP server. Just assume this is my HTTP server. I want to deny the 1. network users. Now network means again the whole network. Okay, so 1. network, you know the network ID. When I'm writing the network ID means it represents the complete network. Now similar way, I want to deny the complete 3. network users from accessing this 2.2 FTP server. So just assume this is your FTP server and you want to deny the access. Rest of the traffic I want to permit. Rest of the traffic means this 1. can still communicate with 3, and this 3. network users can still access the HTTP server. So we don't want other things should get impacted. So let's say we applied the ACL. So assume we have applied the ACL on the router 2. So we can apply on any of the routers. It depends on some of the other conditions. We'll try to see those conditions later on. But let's say we have applied the rules on the router. I have applied the ACL, let's say here. Now what happens is when the traffic comes, let's say the traffic is initiated by 1.1 user. Now the source address is 1.1, is trying to send a traffic to 2.1, that is my destination, and the HTTP is the service. So we can define those conditions inside the ACL. Now based on this, the traffic will go to the router because source and destination are on different subnets. We know that the traffic goes to the gateway, and then gateway is going to check the routing table, and then it is going to forward out of that interface, assuming we already have a routing configured here. Now once it comes to the router 2, now the router 2, we have ACL configured on this. So probably what it is going to do is it is going to check these rules. So it's going to stop the packet and says, okay, I have some rules to check because I have an ACL configured here. And based on this, it is going to check these rules. According to these rules, it will check the first rule if it matches the conditions or not. So if you observe, the source address is matching because 1.1 means it is coming from any network from 1. network means 1.1 also come under that. And the destination is also matching, right, 2.1. And also the service is matching. So the packet matches. So the ACL is going to match. And according to this match, my administrator says deny this traffic. So which means what the router 2 is going to do is it is going to drop the packet here. So it matches the rule 1 according to our example, and is going to drop the packet on the router 2 itself. It will not reach the destination. So similar way, let's take another rule. Let's say there is a traffic which is coming from 3.2 going to 2.2, and the FTP traffic, let's say the same thing happens. From 3.2, the traffic goes to the router. Now the router checks the routing table and forward out of this interface, assuming we already have a routing. And it reaches the router 2, and on the router 2, we have implemented the ACL. So now the router 2 is going to check the ACL statements. So it's going to check the first rule because the ACL generally works in a sequential order. We'll talk about this in the next slides. So it's going to see the first rule. The source is not matching. So if the first rule do not match, it will go to the second rule again. And the second rule, the source is matching. Destination is also matching, right? If you check this packet here, and also the service is matching. So according to the rule, if it matches what is configured on the router by the administrator, it says deny. So the router 2 is going to drop the packet there itself. Now similar way, one more example. If you take the traffic is coming from 3.2 and if it is destined to 1.1, so 3.2 is here, 1.1 is here, and the traffic is FTP, let's say. Now again, different networks, the packet goes to the router, and the router is going to check the routing table and forward it to the next router. And then the router 2, assuming we have an ACL here, so the router 2 is going to check the rules and it's going to try and check the first rule. So the first rule source is not matching. So if a packet do not match the first rule, then it will try to check the second rule. In the second rule, the source is matching, destination is not matching, right? So basically destination address is not matching, which means it's going to check the third rule, and the third rule says match any. Any means, any other packet. It can be anything. So the rule says permit. So according to this ACL statements, it matches the rule 3, and the rule 3 says please permit this packet. So it's going to simply route the packet out of the interface as per the routing table, and then reaches the router 1. And again the same thing. If there is an ACL here also, let's say assume if there is an ACL here also, then basically the same process happens there as well. So assuming we don't have any ACL there, and the router 1 is going to forward it to the destination. So basically what we are doing here is the same thing as I said the example. On the router, we are going to apply some set of rules. These are the rules, and these rules are referred with something called ACL. And with the help of these rules, we are going to define what traffic will be allowed or what traffic should be denied as the traffic passes through the router. Now remember I said as the traffic passes through the router, because here we'll be talking about IP ACLs. Now in these IP ACLs, the packets are routed based on the IP address, which means the traffic must be routed, which means it should go via router. Again, here in these examples, we cannot deny the traffic which is going between 1 and 2, because when 1.user and 2.network are trying to communicate, they are on the same network or same subnet, and basically the traffic will never go to the router, right? So we are not talking about the ACLs, which are generally these IP ACLs relates to routing, and the traffic should go via router here.